Yeah, just like a be 1 o'clock. How are they going, Esther? Hey guys, what's up? How are they going? If you know watch us at 1 o'clock and for me not saying, what's going on? Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Happy Saturday to everybody. The last Saturday in January. Can you all believe it? The last Saturday in January. My word. The month is already gone. Already finished. We got today is 28, 29, 30, 31. 3 days to go in the month of January. And boy, what a month it has been. Boy, I have been so overwhelmed with hearing news and, sad news and bad news and all kinds of news. There's been a marked increase in people taking the lives of others, which does not seem to be slowing down, no matter what is being done about it. And as a people, I think we need to do something about it. Marlon came in the house. I hope once you all came in, you all hit that like button. Yes, Marlon and Sister Negretta and Lyndon. Lyndon, I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday, my brother. I hope you're having a fabulous Saturday. For me, it's a nice Saturday, but a cold Saturday. Hey, what can you do? It's kind of warm inside, but it's still a little bit on the chill side. Yeah. But we are going to be having a little conversation this afternoon. We are going to be talking about the current news article that is ruling the airways at the moment. And that is about the individuals who were arrested in Florida for having been running a fake nurse certification ring, if that's what they call it. So for those of you who have not yet heard the news, this week the feds arrested Richie Rich is in the house. Richie, how is Sabrina? Sabrina dash me away. Army dash her away. We don't know we dash with each other. We ain't even be bucking up in the street. We don't know what happened. What my sister there? But anyway, what's up, Richie? What's up in this Saturday here? All right. So we are talking, guys. For those of you who have not yet heard the news, the news broke sometime this week, maybe about 3 days ago. The news broke that in Florida, officials from 3 nursing schools were arrested and charged with selling fake nursing credentials. And trust me, people, if there wasn't a market for it, there wouldn't be anybody selling it or buying it. Watch out, suggest Brina. Brina, I didn't even see you to say Happy New Year, sugar. Happy New Year, my darling. How are you doing? How are you doing, my love? So good to see you. So good to see you today in a man clothes. Eh? Yeah, we're man clothes today, Brina. As usual. Okay, always I wear your husband clothes. Always. I'm fixing the lipstick here, so. You know all the things that right, Brina, you know the lipstick have to set right. You know it go. Yeah? Mm-hmm. If nothing else not set right, all my color not stay good. And my neck and my choker. You know what I say? The lipstick. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, right. You let me know. That boy ain't got no secret for you. It's right. Irene, how are you doing, my darling Irene? So good to see you. So good to see you, Irene. Irene shared out the live. Thank you so much, Irene, for sharing out the live. I sincerely appreciate it. Those of you who are in the chat, you're welcome to do the same. Hit the like button, share out the live, invite your friends and your friends to come on into the live and let us talk. I'm going to be dropping the link in the chat to see if anybody in there wants to come on up and chat with me. You all like to leave me up here chatting by myself. There we go. Y'all like to leave me up here chatting by myself. And though I don't mind talking to myself because I get great responses, but I love talking with you. Once you leave me. Do you see me? Y'all put on lipstick. And that's true, me see me put a little more too. Yeah. And this a lip gloss, not even red enough. But me I put it on nonetheless. Me I put it on. But anyway. Yes, man. So story come to bump, gentle people. Story come to bump. Nurses down there in Florida. I know it's Florida I come from. I know, please. I have my nursing license from Miami-Dade. Yeah, I'm gonna take no shortcut. Right through, right there, so yes. Thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much, my love. Yeah. I learned when I go to school in Miami-Dade. I learned everything. Yes, the human body, the heart, yeah, all of these good things I learned. All right, I went to clinicals and all these good things. And if you want to talk anything bad about me, I'll beat you know, just call the man here for beat you know for me. Beat you know up, all the way up. All right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I ask somebody to fight for me. Okay? So on the door ramp. Okay? So not every nurse from Florida is not a real nurse. Brina! Watch I so bad cussing.
Trev, you can't be myself. Why you can't be myself?
Brina! Me say me have one white man here, so. Anyhow. Anyhow, they mess with me.
I'm a good
I make him beat them to sickness.
Catch a white man. Let me say white man.
Where's the
Let me see a
Brina?
white man.
See me?
Let me see a white man.
See me?
Yes, I walk like lady. Catch a white man. You must stop it.
Oh my gosh. I'll be cross over on the other side. The brother them not treat me good. The brother them not treat me right, Brina. So see there? I make sure I say, I'm gonna get a white man. That's the deal. Can't see what's Brina, what's up in this Saturday here? What you doing? How that, my brother? AG? AG, what's up?
I'm at work. I'm at work just giving you a little check-in. So I'm gonna
Oh, I appreciate you, my love. Then I hide one side of your face, so what? I what? Me don't say you know what
beat me on the other side.
nobody, so you hide your face. What?
The man beat me on my face. Yes.
You better stop chatting. You better stop chatting. No beating around here. All right? No beating around here. Any
They beat me up.
You better make me come for him. See, that's how me come for him for you. Me have bucket him now. Me have bucket him. You can't ramp with me no more. Me have help. Me have help to beat up anybody who trouble you. Anybody. Because me alone, you can't fight.
AG first.
If I'm me alone, you're out of luck.
AG first.
Oh, AG. What AG? AG, what's up? What I mean by AG first?
AG, they beat me up.
AG. Oh my God, AG, no, little man. Well, AG, no, little man, not with his fist. Oh, so. AG. Oh my God. AG gonna get me. Oh my Lord Jesus. What kind of answer to myself in a Jesus? Oh my Lord. Trev, what's for breakfast? Breakfast? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What you talking about breakfast?
I'm not saying breakfast. Maybe
tomorrow morning me I cook breakfast. Tomorrow morning me I make ackee and saltfish. Tomorrow me make ackee and saltfish.
You know, say somebody want to get jealous. I go on with the ackee and saltfish.
Yeah, mistake. Look at mistake in the place. Mistake.
Hey, mistake.
Mistake. You come just in time if you hear them and them licking arguments.
Yes,
Them
mistake. Come
wrong.
on, principal AG.
Them wrong. The watcher is I do lick. AG, tell Brina don't mix you up. Okay? Tell Brina don't mix you up. Alright? Yes, she said she only can show off her face because one side of her face went up. So Sabrina spread rumors. Sabrina, I'm gonna buck you up all of Christmas and all of New Year. You can't hide from me. I want me to do you.
Because I guess you guys you want to go on because remember say Richie went having father dead and then we have other stuff going on and so. You say up to now we not do no live or no yet. We are trying to recuperate to come back.
But the other day I see, how did you come in the other day on my live? Or did Richie?
Maybe I'm Richie because I say both are easy at all. So
yeah, so because somebody come in right there, I mean say for you, but I mean see person say are you. So me figure say maybe I did Richie. Or I think I did maybe you and your hide.
No,
I did
maybe
their
I'm
own.
Richie.
Or
But we just gotta come back. All the things when they go on. We say we are gonna do our life in the pussy, but we not really find the time.
Not find the time, yeah. Okay, well, a little at a time. Sometimes I have to just take a little break and deal with the thing, them, you know? Because life is just that, and life goes on. But my condolences to you, my love.
Thank you.
And I hope everything.
I got to go. I will check it out later. Got to go.
Okay,
I will
sweetheart,
check
you
it
be
out
safe.
All right.
All right, my love. All right, guys. That was Brina out of Rich Kitchen. Guys, if we're not yet connected to Brina, I mean, I think anybody here not connected with Brina, Rich, because everybody here so are regular people. Yeah. But just in case, please go connect. So, guys, what we are talking about today is the news out of Florida, where the feds arrested officials from 3 nursing schools, and these officials are charged with presenting false documents to the State Board of Nursing on behalf of students who never actually attended nursing classes or nursing clinicals. And these schools were charging upwards an average of $15,000. Me no know. I must see on the green card, me people paying the breeder money. They me never know the people are paying the breeder money they to get fake license. I didn't know it. But I know that it has been going on in Florida for a long time. For a long time. Where is it? Too much sweet. Too much sweet, sugar free. Too much sweet what? Eh? I don't know what you're talking about. Too much sweet. So me too sweet. You need me to be sugar free. Me can't be sugar free, I can't be sugar free. Yes. So what these people were doing, they paid these schools $15,000, $17,000, many thousands of dollars. They pay the school. They don't go to class. They don't go to clinicals. They get absolutely no nursing training. They get no nursing training at all. But the school sends in a transcript. The school prepares a transcript for these people as though they attended classes and clinicals, presented it to the state boards, and these people get to take the state boards. Many of them passed, got their license, moved out of Florida, went to New York, New Jersey, Texas, California, all over the country to work as nurses, got jobs in management positions, taking care, not even forget the management position, but taking care of my loved ones, your loved ones, our loved ones, and they have no real license. They never got the appropriate training. I know it's not the first time it's happened in Florida. I remember when I was in Florida. I left Florida now like 10 years ago. It's been like 10 years. But I remember when I was in Florida, at the hospital I used to work, we had this nurse, and she was an LPN. And she had been an LPN at that time. She had been an LPN for a long time. But she had the ego of an RN. And boy, when she came to work, she wanna run over everybody. She wanna run over everybody, and she knows everything. Nobody can tell her nothing. She knows everything. And she got a big mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Those kinds of people. Yeah. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, I saw the girl became the manager for one unit. She became the manager for a unit. And everybody was looking at each other stunned, like, how did she become the manager? She an LPN. There's so many RNs around. How she became the manager. So nobody's saying anything. Everybody just mind their business, wondering why. And then the news started going around that, oh yeah, she went to school, and she was going to school and she got her RN license. So that's why she became the manager. About 2 months, 3 months passed by. I'm sitting at home, I'm watching the news, and here comes the girl's picture come up. And they said the nurse was arrested for faking, for having bought an RN license. I said, oh, what in the world? Okay, girl end up, while we were there talking, like, where in the world, all of a sudden she went from LPN to RN, coming there strutting her stuff and acting even more cocky than she was as an LPN. Come to find out, she had bought the license. And the feds arrested her. She banned her from taking the state boards, but they eventually gave her back. She went to court and fought it, and they eventually gave her back her LPN license, because in fact she had gone to school to become an LPN. So they eventually gave her back the LPN license. So she's still working as an LPN. Can't do RN no more. So I know that this crap has been going on not just in Florida, but it has been going on for a long time. And more people. I don't know who thought that would have been a great idea. Who thought that would have been a great idea to go buy a nursing license? Because you see, more and more people are not seeing nursing as a profession that it is. People are just seeing, as soon as you hear people talk about, oh, you're a nurse, oh, yeah, I got money. I don't want to, I wish the day would come and people stop just looking at nursing as well. Oh, you got money. There are people acting like we're getting some big money, except the people who probably went off to work for COVID. The rest of us, there are nurses who make $30 an hour, and there are truck drivers who make $50. So when people talk about, oh, you're a nurse, like, no, we don't. We're making enough to take care of ourselves, and if we manage our money well, then we are able to live without living on the street. But people need to stop seeing it in the terms of money and seeing nursing as a noble profession. We have enough hate going on in nursing. The last thing we want is for these other people to come and tarnish the reputation of nursing. Mystics say they are getting a license to hurt sick people. There will be red flags when they try to work because they will not understand medical jargons or be able to do certain procedures. Exactly, Mystic. I have worked with people who have absolutely no clue. They are clueless. Clueless. People giving medication IV when the medication is supposed to be given sub-Q. People pulling up insulin. People pulling up Lantus insulin for IV. What? What? I have seen some things, and it makes me question, like, are you okay? Why would you do that? You know, who does that? People blame it on stress. People blame it that, oh, they're in a hurry. You know, especially you're running around in an environment like the emergency room. Oh Lord, everybody claims stress. They stress. Oh, and then it makes you wonder now, what in the world? $15,000, $17,000, and you tell me that is the price tag you put on the lives of members of the public? That somebody could just walk in a hospital with these fake licenses, claim to be a nurse. They're hired as a nurse. Because these schools were credentialed, you know, guys. These schools were credentialed. So it's not like these schools were like some plaza schools that did not have the state's blessings. These schools had the state's blessings. Their curriculum had been vetted. And look at what they have done. And I know, me telling you something, you know, people. I know a lot of nurses right now, their behinds going twitey, because they're like, when? Every vehicle they hear coming, they're going to be wondering when or if it is the feds coming. Because I am dead sure they are going to go through every single person, every single person who has had a transcript from these schools. They are going to go through their records, and you are going to find out that people you are working with are going to be missing. They are going to quit. They're going to run back to their country. They're going to stop coming to work. You're going to not know what happened to them. Watch, mark my word. I miss Moody Goody. You're up in a chance. So Miss Goody Goody. God, what's up? God, what's up? How are you doing, Marlon? What's up? How are you doing, Marlon? How are you doing? Yes, man, money sweet. Exactly. Yes, man, money sweet. Money sweet. Yes, man. But they don't want to do the hard work. Yes, Mystic. I pull up Lantos. Like, what are you gonna do with it? Ivy, what? What? No, ma'am. No, sir. No, sir. No. The only insulin that can be given IV is regular. Don't do that. 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 Let me tell you, it's a rough world out there. God said they will run to the Dominican Republic to work. You see, they will run there. They will run to wherever it is they came from. They will run back. They will run back. Because a lot of people right now are going bonkers. Are going bonkers because this has been revealed. And I heard that the way they got revealed was because after the Fed started investigating, because these schools, their pass rates were so low. Their pass rates were so low. You know that the students in a school, the school's academic standing is affected if the students do not pass the state boards. You know, and so the state will come in and investigate to find out what is being taught, how it's being taught, why aren't the students passing. So these schools together, they had like a 20% pass rate, like a 25% pass rate. Now, how you sell 7,600 fake licenses, fake credentials, and 7,600 people took the state boards and only 2,000 something passed. That's like 25% of the people passed the state boards. So there's got to be a problem. Hey Cindy, what's up, sis? How you doing? Mystic said, we had one lady who gave a patient 100 units of her home insulin. No second person. Took us 2 days in ER to get her blood sugar. Lord Jesus, child. Lord have his mercy. Lord have his mercy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yes, I have seen people, and trust me, I'm going to say to that, I have seen people who have gone to nursing school. Gone to nursing school, do some ish. Yeah. Let alone people who haven't gone. They may have a clue. They don't know what to look for. They don't know when to call the doctor. All they know is that either patient breathing or patient dead. They don't know anything in between. Nothing in between. Some of them would even go do one little course, you know? Go do a little course, give you a little bit of knowledge. Go on YouTube, go look it up. You understand? Get a little bit of something. No, sir. They are comfortable because they have an RN license they never had to work for. You know? I see people today, they are LPNs, and tomorrow they turn RN, and you wonder, where? I didn't see them go to school. They didn't go to school, but they went to LPN school because they see LPN as the stepping stone. And once they get the LPN license, they think that, oh, well, yeah, now I can go get the RN license. I don't need to go back to school. Because have you ever heard people say, oh, RN is no different from LPN? Damn lie. Yeah. You ever heard that? They say RN is no different from LPN. Only the license make it different. Well, our difference in scope tells us that, yes, there is a difference. So don't tell yourself that, oh, yeah, I'm an LPN, so with an ego of an RN, I can go buy a license and become an RN. You bad and not too bad. But somebody who walking off the street with no medical knowledge at all, sit there, buy a license, buy their way through, and sit there and swat, because they probably even have the question banks. And they imagine they sit there and swat it and swat it and swat it and go in there and pass and come out. They can't start an IV, they can't put in a Foley, they cannot put an NG tube, they don't know what to do if a Foley is clogged, they don't know what to do, they got no clue, they call the doctor every 5 minutes and don't understand a clue what the doctor is talking about, not able to read the orders. And you know, so them get the most trouble in the workplace though. And them get the most trouble. Why? Because they are trying to distract everybody from paying attention to them. They don't understand that we are the lifetime. Exactly, and the doctors depend on us to notify them when patient condition is deteriorating, so they can be exactly. A patient could be up and talking and shut-ups. You ain't never looked at the labs to see that something is wrong. Maybe the doctor is so busy, he ain't even got time yet. It's not until you call him and say, doctor, did you look at Miss So-and-so? Did you see that her H&H was 4 point something and 13 point something? And he'll be, oh, I didn't see it. But the patient is talking, but the patient just this much away from crashing. You're not gonna have a clue if you haven't had the appropriate training. You come into the room and the patient is yellow like the sun. And you look at your orders and the patient has acetaminophen, 1 gram every 6 hours. You ain't got a doggone clue. You gonna grab that acetaminophen, not even know that it is Tylenol. Give it to that patient. The patient already yellow, his liver is already shot. 4,000 might be the limit for a 24-hour period, but this patient is not the patient that you want to give that much Tylenol, if any. Because we know what Tylenol does to the liver. Let's see what's going on in the chat. There is plenty difference between a whole leap, I tell you, sister, a whole leap. The years of study and limited scope of practice, etc. Exactly. There is a whole lot of differences. But some of them with the ego, you can't tell them nothing because they think that because they've been an LPN for a long time, they are able to, they are an RN in their minds, you know? And they could just go pay. I can't just go pay for it because I don't have to go back to school because we are essentially doing the same thing on the floor. We are doing the same thing. I take care of my patient, they take care of their patient. Yeah, you found LPNs with that ego. The same way I read the orders and give medications is the same way they do. You understand? Heaven help us. Imagine your family members in the hospital and something bad happened to them. No Tylenol, exactly, Misty. But they don't have a clue because it says acetaminophen, and they no, acetaminophen is Tylenol. So they're going to be grabbing it, and giving it to the patient. Not even looking to see, oh, this patient's liver is already shot. Why in the world I'm giving this patient Tylenol? They're not the right questions to ask. Last night on another live, I was telling them how I had a patient one time, and the patient had been in the hospital for over 2 weeks. Patient had been in the hospital for a long time. And they had been giving this patient psyllium, right? They had been giving this patient psyllium. The patient has been shitting out his guts for 13 days. Everything he eats just come right through him, just go right through him. He eats and it's straight through in the bed. He eats, it's in the bed. He eats, it's in the for 13 days. I never know because I never had the patient. And during that period, I was never charged during that period so that I could, you know, because when I'm charged, I got to look over all the patients. But I was never charged during that period, so I didn't get a chance to look over that patient's chart. So here I come, they give me a report. They say, oh, this patient's been having diarrhea for how long? They don't know what's going on with the patient, but the patient been having diarrhea, and they have been replacing the patient's electrolytes, and they've been giving this patient mag and potassium, and this and that, and the devil knows what, for 2 whole weeks. And I said, nobody stopped to look at the medication list to see what could be causing this diarrhea. When I look at that list, the first thing caught my eyes was the psyllium. Hey, psyllium, the crap that is in Metamucil. So I'm in the room cleaning up the patient. Doctor comes in the room and I said to him, you know, doctor, this patient has been having diarrhea. I got a report, but I was looking at the patient's medication list and I noticed that this patient is on psyllium. You might want to take a look at that, you know, see if that is contributing to the diarrhea. And the doctor turns to me and says, oh no, that is supposed to bind his gut. I said, but you know, I'm not arguing because I'm just a nurse. We're not arguing. So I said, oh, okay. I don't say nothing else. The doctor did what he's doing and he went on about his business. I called the pharmacy. I told the pharmacist, I said, you might want to take a look at this patient's medication regimen because this patient has psyllium on his thing. And this patient has been having diarrhea now for 13 days, having multiple electrolyte replacements. So you might want to take a look. The pharmacist said, what? Psyllium? Why is he on that? Great question, but I couldn't tell. The next thing I know, the psyllium was discontinued. Let me see who is this in the chat. Oh, this Jordan. Hold on. Hey, Jordan, what's up?
Oh, hey.
How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. What up, Rambo? What? Rambo, what's up? How are you doing? Nice. Only you alone can quench this here thirst. Mama's on print is in the house. How are you doing, Mama's on print? Good to see you, my darling. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bless up yourself. Jordan, what's up in the Saturday afternoon here? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Wonderful. We enjoyed the birthday the other night. But me don't know why you do with the link, but all things good. All things good. It looked like you post the link before the live starts. And when the live started, there was no link. Yeah, guys. So anyway, so lo and behold, I saw the order was removed. But you think that anybody would have say, oh, then remove it. Then remove it. And I just look and I said, thank God. Lo and behold, afterwards, a few days passed and the patient's gut started to bind back up. And he was able to be discharged. And the whole time, day shift come, give him psyllium. Night shift come, give him psyllium. Day shift come, give him psyllium. Night shift come, give him psyllium. And not one somebody look and say, no, sir, this cannot be normal. They just attribute it to, well, the patient must have some kind of condition that's causing him to poop. Anytime you have a patient and they're having gut problems, the first thing you look at is their intake and their output. That's the first thing. It's either that it's something they are eating, medication they are taking, or something having to do with their ingestion that's upsetting their gut. That's the first thing you want to evaluate, and then move away from there. If you evaluate that and then you don't see anything that could have been the contributing factor, then you move on to something else. Of course, yes, God, that's what the patient was saying. And then, you know, the funny thing about it, if you look up psyllium, you will see that in the literature, psyllium said it can cause diarrhea and it can bind the gut. I never hear something like this. So the literature on psyllium is erroneous. Because even in Africa, psyllium is what is being used. Yes, our people over there in Africa use the psyllium. There's this tree that they use the bark of it when they're constipated. They use the bark of it to make tea, and it's from that plant that they get the psyllium that they use to make the metamucil. You have to always be vigilant and advocate. People don't understand a lot of what happens in the hospital. The nurses are the ones who keep. Exactly. Exactly. Because we are the eyes and the ears for the doctor. The doctor can come and say, give this patient metoprolol 200. Sometimes the information the doctor is looking at is a day old. And if the doctor says, oh, give this patient 200 milligrams of metoprolol. Here you go in the room to go give the patient this metoprolol. You ain't check no blood pressure, you don't check no pulse. You just go chuck 200 of metoprolol on this patient. Patient already have a heart rate of 52. And you chuck 200 of metoprolol on that patient. And then you go back in the room and the patient is passed out and you don't even have a clue as to why. You don't know why. You don't know why you got to call the patient. Because you ain't paying attention. And it's the same thing when that nurse that we talked about a few months ago, who in her hurry, she gave the patient the wrong medication. And the medication she gave the patient had a big alert on that medication. And she pulled it and she mixed it. And at no point she not stop and say, uh-oh. But if the medication have this big alert on it, it means to pay extra attention. And she give it to the patient, cause the patient's demise. Exactly, Cindy. Exactly. How can it do both? How can it? What? Why? So you see that you have to use your common sense and say, it's not right. And communicate, have a conversation with the doctor. But you see, if you buy your license, you don't know what to say to the doctor because you're clueless. The doctor might have made a genuine error, but you have no clue. You not see the error. You not see the potential for harm before it happens. You not see it because you are clueless. You're just there, ready for a paycheck. You don't think about your paycheck. Just think about your paycheck. That's all you are thinking about is your paycheck. And nothing else matters. Exactly, Mystic. Mystic say you have to look at the heart rate and the blood pressure before giving metoprolol. You have to know your pharmacology and how the drug affects each system of the body. Exactly. 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 People coming in with diuretics. Lasix, the big culprit. And they're coming in with Lasix. And they are slamming it. 1, 2, 3, blow. What are you doing? What are you doing? Did you check that patient's blood pressure before giving that Lasix? Because Lasix is a loop diuretic. When Lasix starts hauling out that water out of that patient's body, the patient's blood pressure is going to go down. Patient already have a subnormal blood pressure, 90/50 something. And you don't know to have a conversation with the doctor. Doctor, you think we really want to give the patient this Lasix right now? And maybe we might want to try a PO Lasix since it's going to act a little slower. But to slam IV Lasix when the patient's blood pressure is already that low has the potential for harm. No, ask question because they don't know. But the thing is, the funny thing, Kat says, it is the doctor's mistake, but the nurse is ignorant. Exactly. And the thing is, nurses don't understand. The buck is going to fall on you because they're going to say, you are the nurse. You are the last line of defense for that patient. Because it's you who are going to pull the medicine, and it's you who are going to administer that medicine to that patient. So anything that happens to the patient thereafter, it is on you. And they will come for you, and they will come get you. And if by the name of God you are this and not this, Jehovah help you. You hear me tell you no? Oh my gosh, Fly Girl Georgia, what's up? How are you doing? If you are ignorant of issues, how can you make a sensible decision? Exactly, Mama's on print. How are you going to make a sensible decision that will benefit your patient if you yourself have no clue? If you buy one license, if you bought a license and you don't have a clue what's going on in the hospital, you don't have a clue what's going on with your patient. Mystic said BP is low, you can't give basis. It's adding insult to injury. Exactly. Have that conversation with the doctor. Exactly. Have the conversation with the doctor. The doctor may not even know, because sometimes the last vital signs may not have been in yet. The doctor may have put in this order on the run, you know, in a hurry, put in the order and rushes to the emergency room, rushes somewhere to go get another patient, go save another patient's life. And here you go, just grab it and go give it. No ask no question. You know, call pharmacy, you know, call the doctor, you know, ask no question, you just give it. And next thing you know, patient code. Nobody wants to have the life of somebody else on their hands if somebody loses their life. Me know say me would have never want to know say me do something because one patient for that. I would not be able to live with myself. Yes. If me do something and it one patient. You know, some people, instead of using, I like to use what I call expectatory nursing. Yes, where I expect what I expect to be ordered and to be done for a patient. I like to use that because when a patient comes and you have the diagnosis, you are like, okay, I expect the doctor to do this. A patient comes and the patient's H&H is 5 point something and 5 point something and 17 point something. And you say, okay, all right, I know the doctor is going to probably order blood. Have the patient say I get to work at 7 o'clock. Have the patient 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Ask the doctor, what's the plan? Doctor, give me a plan, but the plan doesn't include a transfusion. Doctor, did you notice that the patient's H&H is below normal? Are we going to transfuse this patient? The doctor might say yes, or give me a chance. Are we going to talk about it with the team or something like that? But at least you know what to expect. So while you are running around and doing what you're doing in the day, you know that this particular patient is probably going to need blood. So you have your eyes on that patient. You know, Mama Zanpri, that's why it is said Jamaican nurses are the best. You know that is true too, because in Jamaica it's so rigorous. I didn't do nursing in Jamaica, but I have family members who are nurses in Jamaica, and their nursing school regimen is really, really, really tough. A lot tougher than ours. Same content, but a lot tougher. Yes, Fly Girl, tell them to press the like button. Only press the like button, people. Only press the like button. I may say, if you do not press the like button, they say, on the door, make my man come for you, on the door, make him come for you. He will come for you, he will come get to know. He will come get to know. All right? All right, no violence. No violence, baby. No violence. All right? No violence. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. They're going to press the like button. They're going to press it. Yeah, they will. They will. Just relax. Relax. What's wrong with you? Why are you so hot-headed? Shoo. But anyway, all right. Let us continue this conversation. Let us continue this conversation. Okay. Let me see who else is in the chat. Let me see who else is in the chat. Mama Zanpri said, absolutely, Mr. Patient is extremely important. Of course, yes. The patients are important. When the patients are depending on you, the patient expects you to at least know what you are doing. You know, nurses go in the room and because they don't know the medications, they just dump them in a cup and chuck it on the patient. And some patients are not going to argue. They're not going to say, what is this I'm taking? You know, some of them trying to be polite. So they're just going to just take it because they trust the nurse and just take it. That patient have to be on the cardiac monitor and documentation panel because your documentation will save your license in many instances. Exactly. 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 What's your flag, girl, Georgia? What's going on with you, flag girl, Georgia? What is going on with you? What happened? What happened? You not like him? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Am I right? He's just a little bit pale, you know? Just a little bit pale. On the paler side. But am I right? These hands can hold me. These hands, they're all right. Yes, and he will fight for me every time and anytime. He will fight for me. Trust me. He don't play. He don't play with his woman. He don't play. All right, relax. But I gotta calm him down, Georgie. I gotta calm him down. Cause he be ready to throw hands, you know. Be like, what you say, Trev? You said these people don't hit the like button. What you say? They don't hit the like button. I'm coming. I'm calm down, baby. Calm down. Relax, relax. I know it's about time somebody fight for me, but hey, I don't endorse violence. So guys, yeah, so imagine now that your family member goes to the hospital and is being cared for by a nurse who is not adequately trained, and something happened to your family member. Your man, yes, you might come to them for true. Imagine something happened to your family member because the nurse who was caring for them was not adequately trained, and something bad happened. You can imagine now that some people are going to start digging up to find out what happened to their family member, why their family member died when they had something like routinely done. You know, I have seen patients who pass away from having routine stuff. You know, the nurse didn't catch what was going on, that something was wrong. You know, patient has something as simple like a patient may have an appendectomy. An appendectomy, you know, is a routine. You might get it laparoscopically, and then the antibiotic and pain management is going to be on board. Expect the patient to be walking. You monitor the patient intake, patient's output until the patient is sort of out of the window, of great concern. And then patient suddenly is talking, is walking, tolerating their PO diet, of maybe a liquid diet, and boom, you go in the room and the patient is gone. Like, what happened? What happened? Patient wasn't complaining of any increased pain, anything. The patient just gone. You have one like, what happened? What happened? I know that stuff will happen sometimes, and you might not see that this was happening because you did not get any warning that it was going to happen. But there are some things that First thing they're going to look at is the patient to see the care plan from the doctor, nursing management. They're not from exactly. They're gonna look to see. They want to see when last you saw the patient. What was the patient's condition? A patient who is normally not confused, and patient is holding his vitals. Vitals are good. Patient is not confused. You walk in the room and all of a sudden, this patient is confused. This patient doesn't know where they're at. This patient is talking out their head. And you just say, oh, it's 12 o'clock at night. He probably just had a bad dream. He'll be okay. Because even when you have had a bad dream, you don't just get up and start talking outside of your head like that. That means you have to stay there now and examine this patient some more and see what's going on. It could be that there is a toxic process going on, and that is what is affecting the patient mentally. That's why the patient start talking out of their head. You never know. You have to call the doctor. The doctor come take a look at this patient. I don't know. This man was talking perfectly fine earlier, and then all of a sudden I come in the room. This man is confused from here to New York. He don't know where he's at. He don't know the date. He don't know the president. He don't know. He's looking underneath the bed for his cat. He's saying there are rats running on the wall. He's all these things. What could have happened to this patient so suddenly that makes this patient start doing this? Did the patient have a surgery earlier that day? Did the patient get anesthesia? What kind of anesthesia did the patient get? What is going on with the patient? You have to get the doctor to come bless eyes on the patient. I just left the patient and walk away, and then you come back, the patient lay down dead. And what in the world? I don't know what kill him. I don't know. Because he was talking earlier, but he just talk out of his head. That was an indication that something is wrong. Yeah. Then you have the other nurses who, as soon as the patient start talking out their head, the first thing they think of, them want to restrain the patient. They want to make sure that the patient have something, some kind of medicine to put them to sleep, forgetting that pharmacological restraints is not for your convenience. It's not. It is supposed to benefit the patient. It is not for your convenience. So because you have to get up 1 million times, to go tend to the patient, you are going to say, oh, you want all that? Oh, you want this, you want this, you want... No. If you have to get up the one, you know what time you have to go in a room, drop one chair and sit down beside the patient? Because the patient is in a strange place, the patient is confused that they're in a strange place. This poor old woman lost her husband 5 months ago. They had been together 60 years. They never go to bed without each other. Now she's going to bed by herself. You know, just stand in the room and talk to the patient and till then drop asleep. Then drop asleep nice and then you turn on the bed alarm and go about your business. Sometimes that's all it takes. You don't have to go run for you want all dollar, you go run for all dollar, you're not checking them, you're not doing an EKG first, you're not checking their QT, you're not checking anything. You just want something to keep them quiet. So them can't leave you alone. Is that how it works? That is so not how it works. That is so not how it works. Start with checking his blood sugar and work up to the other causes depending on the patient's complaint. Exactly. As nurses, you have to be so vigilant. I'm assuming lots of responsibilities are left. Of course, yes. Them turn around, them walk with them, leave something. You understand? Patient vomit. I'm gonna tell you something that I found one time. Apparently the patient was throwing up on the day shift. come to work 7 o'clock, got a nice report. Patient is okay. Yeah, patient is fine. Patient is fine. Uh-oh. About 2 hours into the shift, patient start have vomit. Just all this black coffee ground vomit. Okay, patient have vomit. You gotta get the doctor to come take a look at the vomit and stuff like that. Clean up the patient. Doctor said put an NG tube, etc. When we clean up the patient, I'm gonna get the hamper out of the bathroom to put the linen in, the dirty linen in. When we open the hamper, no what I'm seeing at the hamper. There was a gown in the hamper already had the same substance on it, the same coffee ground vomiting on it. What I tell you? What I tell you, my people?
Patient was vomiting before.
So true. Chemical or physical restraint is supposed to be the last resort, not the first. Exactly, Misty. Exactly. I'm telling you. When I saw that in the hamper, there was already a gown with the coffee ground vomit on it. Exactly. That means the patient vomited before I got there. That means the patient vomited that same vomit before I got there. And instead of telling the doctor, the nurse not saying nothing because she don't want to drop the NG tube. She do not want to insert the NG tube in the patient. So she make sure that she give me the patient, me get the patient because she knows say, hey, Mr. Man, I gotta put the NG tube 1, 2, 3 on it though. I was so surprised. So surprised. When we see it, all I could have do is say, you know something? Them people are trying to get away with too much things, you know. Them get away with too much things. And then them get away with so many things. And then if I ever, them would have sink you underneath the burning bridge. You hear me tell you? So I had to put that NG tube for that patient. These are some, they may have no nurse or by license. They may have nurse, I mean, I think they by license, I don't know. At this point, you don't even know who by license. Because as we sit here right now, there are people who are digging up and trying to find out who went to Palm Beach School of Nursing, who went to Sienna School of Nursing, and what the other one name, people? Sienna and Palm Beach and the other one. As we sit here, there are people out there who are busy trying to find out which nursing school other people went so that they can determine, oh my God, delete this. So that they can know what to say. So that they can know to say that, oh, this person got at the school they will get shut down when them did a sell license or something like that.
Yes.
Fly girl say, how are you doing? Okay, Fly girl Cindy is saying hello to you. The patient is having a gas and is going to need further blood work to look at. Yes, may even need a blood transfusion in the interim. Who knows? Exactly. But the fact that you see say the patient vomit, coffee ground vomit, and instead of calling the doctor, because you're sure that the doctor is going to say put an NG tube, you not say nothing. Grandma one is here. Grandma one, how are you doing, my love? Yeah, you not say nothing.
Sorry.
Because if you say something, you're gonna have to do something, and you know what you have to do that something. So you leave it alone. May I tell you, people, I do not claim to be the best nurse in the world. But trust me, I have never knocked on glass, never had a patient who demised because me do something women ain't supposed to do. You understand about a patient at a crisis because me do something women never supposed to do. I am extremely confident in my ability to be a nurse. You understand? And some of the things that go on, may I tell you so? You understand? Of course, yes, Mystic. Of course. Of course. And you walk your happy ass and you're gone about your business. Walk your happy ass and gone about your business. Mm-hmm. And don't say nothing. And the patient sits there. But I don't know, but me telling you say everybody who all the nurses here in your practice, you are definitely going to find people who need a helping hand. You know, the young nurses, I don't mind the young nurses. They come in. I like when they come in knowing that they don't know. When they come in with an ego and being cocky and like they already know everything, you understand? That's when they make mistakes. Because they don't want nobody to tell them anything. They don't want nobody to correct them. They just want to do what they want to do without any correction. But I don't mind the young. You know, they say nurses eat their young. Me not eat my young them. Me love the young, love to help the young people them to teach them how to do something. I don't mind it at all. I do not mind it. I love it. Because at least when they know how to do something, you don't have to worry that they are going to do something wrong because they know how to do it. And when they are keen on asking questions, that is good. I am worried about the ones who do not ask any question. Those are the ones I'm worried about, because when them not ask no question and them do something foolish. Some of these young nurses, they come and behave as if they know it all and don't want to learn and make them stupid. Exactly. They are young, but they want to act like they know everything. Like, who are you? You can't tell them nothing. Yeah, you can't tell them nothing. Nobody can tell them nothing. They act like they know everything. And you're just coming because when you're in school, you don't get the experiences that you get when you are on the floor. You don't get the experiences. You know, you go a little clinical and stuff like that. You may have gone to clinical and done the entire coursework and everything, but you have never started an IV. You have never changed a colostomy bag. You have never done trach care. You have never cared for a patient with a chest tube. You have so many things that you have never done. But that not stop you, that not disqualify you from being a great nurse. You just got to get a little bit of orientation and learn a little bit. Yeah, add to the knowledge that you already have and move forward. That's it. That's it. But the experiences will come one by one. One by one, the experiences will come. Okay. I see that. So, guys, the link is in the chat, you know, if you all want to come up and chat with me and share your experiences as a nurse. What are some of the things that you see happen in the workplace as a nurse? I mean, I have seen a whole lot. I had one patient one time. I'm gonna show you some of these young nurses all cocky and act like they know everything. And sometimes their actions too are, accompanied by hatred and other factors contribute to their behavior. I had a patient one time, and the patient was on heparin. So the heparin had been ordered before I got to work, like 4 o'clock. I got to work at 7. 7 o'clock I got there. Oh, they was busy. They were busy. They didn't start the heparin. No big deal. All right, there's like 2 people to start the heparin. So I get the other nurse. I make my calculations. Call the other nurse, verify with the other nurse, verify with pharmacy. Pharmacy say, okay, you got the right calculation, you're good to go. We start the heparin. About 2.5 hours after my heparin running, young man just come out of school. They made him charge. I don't have a problem. Young people need experience. Fine with me. The young man come to me and said to me, he went into the room. Want to listen me carefully now. Him say, he went into the room and the heparin wasn't running. I said, what? He said he went into the room and the heparin wasn't running. So he turned it on. So he turned it on. I dashed in the room. I almost broke my 2 foot then. I dashed in the room to go see how my patient is doing and to look at the heparin. I went in the room, look at the pump. The pump is going at the same rate that I had left it at. The patient is laying there just fine, talking to his wife. I looked at the bag, and the amount that would have been out of the bag over the period of time since it was started was out of the bag. So I said, oh, maybe I didn't hear him right. So I went back to him and I said, what did you say you did in 53? He said, the heparin wasn't running and he turned it on. I said, but heparin requires 2 nurses. What made you feel like it was okay for you to go in the room and touch my heparin? He said, oh, well, heparin wasn't running and I turned it on. And I already told the doctor that you didn't have the heparin running. And the doctor said you should adjust the time for the PTT draw. I said, what? 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 You went into the room, you touched my heparin, claim that you turned it on all by yourself, and you already gone to the doctor, go make mischief, go tell the doctor that I didn't have my heparin running. And now you coming to tell me what the doctor say I should adjust the draw of the PTT. So where was I when you're doing all of this? The man said, oh, I'm going to find you. You're going to find me. We're going to talk later on about hate in the workplace, but we will talk about that on another live. The man said he couldn't find me. I said, what do you mean by you couldn't find me? Where was I? I'm not leave the unit. I'm not gone away. I'm right here. I am from one room to the next. I'm not gone nowhere. So how comes you couldn't find me? And I have never heard of a nurse touching another nurse's heparin without the nurse being there. I've never heard of it. So how you get that privilege, that authority to claim that you turn on the heparin by yourself? That's what we talk about. Somebody just cocky and think they know everything, and they're just coming into the profession, but you can't tell them nothing. And I sternly told him, I said, as long as you and I work together, don't you ever, I said, I've been a nurse for a long time. I said, I've been a nurse for a long time. And I know how to care for my patient perfectly. I don't need your help. I do not need your help to care for my patients. I can care for my patients by myself perfectly fine. But to tell me that you already go in the room, you touch my apron without my permission, without me being there, you run go make mischief, and then coming to tell me what the doctor says I must adjust the draw for the PCT. And then you're going to cockily tell me, oh, it wasn't running. When I am sure as there is a sun above that the heparin was started and it was running and it was verified by myself and the nurse who started it with me. And you not going to tell me, say you by yourself go in there, go touch it. And the amount that was supposed to be out of the bag is out of the bag. So when did you turn it on? Mischief maker, exactly, mama. Mischief makers. And you will find them come into the workplace over and over. They are mischievous, evil, and cruel. And before him find me, he already find the doctor and told the doctor this dirty lie. And come back, come tell me the doctor said, I must adjust the PTT. So what time you touch it, if the same amount that is supposed to be out of it, compared to the time that I started it and now is out of it, at what point did you claim to be the one to turn it on? And why the fuck did you touch it? Period. Why you touch my stuff? Don't ever. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch it. Do not touch no at all. Man, don't do nothing having to do with my patients without my permission. And then have the unencumbered audacity to tell me he couldn't find me. I'm there right there. I'm there right there. I'm not going nowhere. And I tell me about you couldn't find. Girl, I was so mad. I was so mad. Like, don't do that. But you are going to find nurses in the workplace who are mischievous like that. All their intentions is to cause mischief, to be cruel, to be unkind, want to put people's license in jeopardy, throw you underneath the bus, make up stories, tell lies. You understand? You will find them in the workplace. They are there day in and day out. You will find them. Yeah, and you gotta be vigilant in looking for those creatures because they are there. Oral! Oral! Woo! Listen, somebody cannot adjust without doing our PPTT to know the level, so you will know whether to increase or decrease the rate. Exactly. Exactly, Mystic. Just pure mischievous and evil. Mischievous and evil. So he wants now to convince the doctor that I didn't have the heparin running. It was hooked up, but it wasn't running in the pit. That's what he was trying to convince the doctor. The doctor told him to tell me to adjust the draw for the PTT accordingly. Those are the kind of people you deal with in the workplace. Some devils. Devils, I tell you. Oral, what's up? MD Farouk, how are you doing? Bless up yourself. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. He obviously knows more about patient care. Just exactly. Like, yeah, he knows. And don't know that one thing you do not do is touch another nurse's heparin. No. I tell him, I say, I take full responsibility for anything that happens to any of my patients in my care. I've been a nurse for a very long time, and I know how to care for my patients. I don't need your help. I don't need your help. Or don't you ever touch my patients again without my permission, without me being there, without me knowing that you're touching my patient. Don't do that. Don't do that. Call me, get me. I am here. I don't smoke, so I do not leave the unit to go smoke. I do not leave the unit, period. Once I come on the unit at night, I don't leave until I'm going home. The only place I could be is in the bathroom or in one of the patient's rooms. Otherwise, I sit down right at the nursing station where everybody can see me. So don't you ever do that again. Oral, what's up? What's going on with you, Oral? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everything is good with you, Oral. It's all good with me over here on this side of town. Yeah. Yes, Oral. Here I talk about the nurses them who get their license. Who get their license undercover. The undercover nurses them. Yeah, and we know what's gonna happen in a few months when the feds do some more investigation and start calling names. Lord have his mercy. When the feds start calling names, just taking it easy one day at a time. Yes, all that else to do. One day at a time. Sweet Jesus. God, what's up? Oh, yeah, man, them out of order, them rude. Them don't have no respect and them don't have no manners. That is true. That is true. And then them just come out of school and want to act like them want to straighten you like them know more than you. Me not disregard what you may know, but at the same time, I expect the same level of respect. Now disregard what I know. The new ones always underestimate you when you exactly. Excuse me. Exactly. They always, and especially whenever they come on the unit, and another person, when all of them, and because you're not friend up with them, yeah, them start joining hearts and hands. Yes, and you have to work twice as hard to try to prove yourself. You have to work twice as that. You understand me? You have to work twice as hard. I got the extra mile, the extra effort to get some respect, to say, to put some respect on your name as a great nurse. Yeah. You have to be working extra hard because once them start a bun bad lamp for you, Jehovah help you. Jehovah help you. And as soon as new people come on the unit, them already paint you and taint you. Them already paint you and taint you. And just by the grace of God, you just go on. Just by the grace of God. Yeah, go on. Oh, yes. Been there. Been Yeah. Oh, okay. And they come and they don't know nothing and they don't do nothing. They just coming. They're just learning. They're just learning. And all of a sudden, them is everything. Fried chips and fried bread. Ask them to go inside to an NG tube. They don't have a clue. And one thing we find with them too, them like to join together. Them just coming out and them join together with each other. And them writing up, giving each other some glowing recommendations, some glowing for each other. That's one thing with them. Them join together. Write up all these lovely recommendations for each other. And it was like, whatever. Whatever. Me not live for them and them recommendation. Pay me my galang on my yard. Take care of my patient and pay me my go my yard. Me and have no conversation, no argument. End of story. End of story. That's the end of it. Yeah. And our people, once you are this, you got to work so much harder. Yeah. Them come in with a notion not to trust you as a nurse, but them I do all the foolishness that should make you not trust them. All the foolishness that them doing. That's how it is. That's how it is. If you work hard to prove yourself, like you know, go to school to, like have experience outside of what they have. Yeah, I know. That has been the deal. That has been the deal with us, with our people. And it is sad. It is sad that as nurses, we have to be working so hard. We have to be working so hard because we are, yeah, while the others don't have to be working that hard, but they get all the accolades. Sometimes you have to just laugh and move. You just laugh and keep it moving. That's the deal. Can't tell you how many times I have to see a patient from the touch of eggs, a girl, because of what is this giving water to patient to drink while inserting an NG tube. Well, you know that it is still in the literature. It is still in the literature for best practice to have them sip a little bit of water because the swallowing helps the tube to go down even faster than if they are not swallowing, so it is still in the EBP, that you give them a sip of water. Choking with the insertion and can aspirate that water into the lungs. It also depends on the patient's condition. It also depends on the patient's condition, because I have found over the years that the giving them something to sip on really does help, but you give it to them after you have gone in. I usually give it to them if I can see the tube in the back of their throat. Because if I cannot see the tube in the back of their throat, I'm not going to give them the water to sip yet. And then when you give it to them at that time, everything just flows down so much more easier. I have found. I wonder if they had enough space in the mental institution to host them when they catch them. Let me tell you, some of them go and get a slap on the wrist. Especially the ones who did not pass the boards. The ones who did not pass the boards are going to get a slap on the wrist. But the ones who passed the board and was working, taking care of my mother, for your mother, and everybody else, them go and get the books thrown at them. I will start not to think to let them dry swallow, because if they aspirate that water, that's another problem. Yeah, I was always taught to, and in the newest literature that I've read, I haven't come across a literature yet that says don't. That says, I haven't come across one. If you got one you want to share, woo, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to see it. With the food, no! Giving from the get-go a full cup of, no, and see, right there says we have to stop them, pause. No, you can't give the patient the whole cup of water right away if you drink. No, that will lead to aspiration, because once the patient starts gagging, once that tube hits the back of their throat and they start gagging, all of that cup of water you just give them go and come up, going at their lungs. And what if the tube itself, when they gag, the tube itself comes up, instead of going down the esophagus, it goes down into the lung. Oh geez, yeah. So stuff does happen, but I always give the water after the tube has gone down to the back of the throat, and as they swallow, they help it to go down into the stomach. But me no know. Nursing is a great profession. I love my profession. I don't have a problem nursing. I do not have a problem. There's nothing in nursing. Only one thing in nursing where I should honestly say I do not like. Shrek. Oh, Lord Jesus. I will take a colostomy any day over a trach. And to think that I worked the trach unit for years. I worked the vent unit for years. But I tell you, oh, good Lord. I could see poop all day. But that mucus thing that comes out of the trach. The fact that when you are doing that trach care, that patient always cough that thing up. Cough. Oh my God. And when I was going to nursing school, I took care of a patient at home, and she had a trach. And I took care of that patient for like 3 years. Because even after I was working, I was still going to take care of her on the weekends. Me can't take it. Me can't deal with it. Jesus, me can't deal with it. All that, me can't deal with it. She can't stand trachea, that woman. Can't stand the trach, brother. Me will take a colostomy. And we will take it, everything else. Give me everything else. But beg you, in the name of Jesus, don't give me the trach patient. Don't give me the trach patient. And also, if you give me a trach patient that has a ballad, me will better able to deal with it. Yeah. Because the ballad is enclosed and stuff. So even when you're suctioning the patient, you're not encountering all of that mucus. Yeah. So I can work with one who has a ballad. But the ones that open, but anyway, as nurses, we just gotta deal. We gotta exactly, God. I will deal with the poop all day over the mucus that comes out of the trach. God up in heaven knows. That is true. Oh my Lord. Yes. That is so true. We can't deal with it. We can't deal. So that are the only thing. That are the only thing when me not so fun. Mystic say I'm very thankful respiratory therapist when I have a patient come into here with a trach. I call Artie because if I have to deal with it, I'm going to gag. That's true. Oh my gosh. Yes, man. That's when I'm glad for respiratory therapist, man. Say, come on over, brother. Please, come on over. I can, but I don't wanna. I do not wanna have to deal with the trach at all. But when I have to, I have to. But respiratory can be hella sure that I'm gonna call them. Hella sure. Yeah, mommy, someone call. Yes, I'm calling you. I'm calling you for this trach for Jehovah Jesus. No, me not like it. Give me another patient. Give me 10 other patients. In the name of Jesus. The trick patient. But you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? That thing is, especially if they start, oh God! And that mucus starts flying in your face. Yeah, that's why me have to wear me have to always wear the shield and buckler. Anytime me have to take your trip, yes, man. Because that stuff does fly. when they cough and that force, yeah, that thing does fly. It does fly. And you don't want it flying in your eyes. You don't know if they have an infection. You don't want it. Yeah. So that's when you must put on your whole armor. Put on your whole armor to ensure that it not fly in your face and in your mouth and in your nose. Yeah. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And nursing is a noble profession. It's a great profession. Anybody out there, if you're a nurse, you know. If you are not a nurse and you are thinking about becoming a nurse, do not give up on yourself. You know, it's not easy, and nobody said it was going to be easy. But if that is your passion and that is what you want to do, then go ahead and try to find a school, determine what their prerequisites are, what do you need, and go for it. You'd be surprised to know in a few years you'll be the best nurse ever. That thing is yeah. You can realize your dreams. You just have to start. The longest journey begins with the first step. So all you have to do is start, and you'd be surprised to know how quickly and the way time flies, the way our time flies, in no time you will be finished. All when them give us metal armor. Mr. Sarah, she have metal armor. She is not with the trick. She is not with the trick. I can understand, sis. I can understand. That trick eh. That trick is full of tricks. I don't like it at all. You're not alone, sis. I don't like the trick either. Yeah, the trick. Oh yeah, time goes by so fast before you know it. If you say, oh, it'll take too long to become a nurse, you have to go to prerequisite, you have to go to do it. How you go, if you not start, or you expect to finish. If you never started, you don't expect to finish. And since you don't expect to finish, the days are going to go by whether or not you start or not. The days are going to turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years. And when you catch old like me, you're going to say, Kuya, oh, you know, say, if 20 years ago me did start, me that it done. Yes! You would have been done. But you never start. So you expect to done if you never start. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Delia. Jesus have mercy. Mr. My cousin, Jesus help me soul. Me bad, you know. Me a bad bag. Me say me have the phone to them right here, so you know. Me have the phone to them right here, so Delia. Right here, so. And me should have did text you. Me should have did text you. Jesus, can't say flying mucus. How come they have to convert this into a chemical weapon? God, what's wrong with you? What wrong with your card? It's not potent enough. It's not potent enough. Oh, you doing, Delia? So good to see you. Me YouTube in the not me and you. And me and you. Me and your family, not me and YouTube. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mr. Glad to see you though. What time now? 2:30? Yeah, 2:30, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, early hours of evening, you know, for you. Early hours. That's all right. I'm glad to see you though. You're looking nice and rosy. And what you do? You change your logo? Or your logo look new, so like you change it. Well, that's all right. I'm here talking about the fake nursing degrees down there in Florida. Yeah, I talk about the fake nursing degrees and some of the things that happen in nursing. Okay, 1950, 1938. Okay. Okay. Oh, you change it. All right, your sister. Me can't see though. Me can't see. As much as me I them that me can't see. You look nice, man. You look really nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So what me not gonna say, me not gonna tell you something, but it slipped me. So we are gonna make it go and slip. She said she can't get when I see a degree. After me don't know where they get them out. I don't know where the fake degrees come from because I went to a legitimate school and did my coursework and got my transcript and got my license all fair and square. So I do not know where these people be getting these fake licenses. But me say I am here for it because by golly, may I tell you no say, there is going to be weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth when you start the people who did go on COVID and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, they better glad the COVID did come and then they run go make a killing. Because now them are gonna need lawyer fee, and they are going to have to find another job after them come out of federal custody. Especially the ones who were working as nurses, pass off themselves as nurses. And even if they got that associate's degree under false pretenses, and then they went on to get a bachelor's and a master's, them are gonna bring down the whole thing. Because if you did not get your associates legitimately, everything else is invalid. Oh, this is Def Jarvis. Oh, what kind of name that? Oh, how are you doing? Welcome. Welcome. The name Def just took me by surprise. But anyway, I hope you hear this. You hear the live. Def or not, thank you for coming in. you can get everything fake these days, from body parts to qualification. Mistakes, so you can't get everything fake body parts and qualifications. I tell you. But you know, so there was a young man down there in Florida. I think he was like what, 19, 20 years old. And this young man opened up one doctor clinic. Did you all remember that? Let me see if I find it. Angie. Adela, so we call Angie there in the chat. Angie, what's up? How your mommy? So good to see you, Angie. Good to see you. How are you doing, my love? Let me see this. I remember this. There was this guy in Florida. There was this guy in Florida who opened up. Yeah, see it here. I don't know if you all had seen it a few years ago. Malachi Love Robinson, 25, received a sentence of over 2 years and 4 months last week. This was on the 3rd. On the 3rd of January, this article was written. He received 2 years and 4 months after pleading guilty in Palm Beach County, Florida, to grand theft and organized scheme to defraud. Let me read you all this article from NBC Miami. Malachi Love, 25 years old, received a sentence of over 2 years and 4 months last week after pleading guilty in Palm Beach County, Florida, to grand theft and organized scheme to defraud. A serial grifter who gained national infamy as a teenager when he impersonated a doctor to defraud a patient, is heading back to prison after pleading guilty to stealing more than $10,000 from his employer. Malachi Love Robinson, 25 years old, received a sentence of over 2 years and 4 months last week after pleading guilty in Palm Beach County, Florida, to grand theft and organized scheme to defraud. Court documents show that in 2020, Robinson was working as a salesperson for a company that connects shippers with trucking companies. Instead of having customers make payments to the company, Love Robinson would have them send the money to accounts he controlled. Love Robinson first came to national attention in 2016 as an 18-year-old when he was arrested after opening the New Life Medical Center, identifying himself as Dr. Love. Only in Florida, I tell you, he stole $30,000 from a patient in her 80s during house calls and an additional $20,000 from a doctor. He was arrested after he examined and prescribed treatment to an undercover police officer who was impersonating a patient. Later that year, while out on bail, Love Robinson was arrested in Virginia after he tried to buy a Jaguar automobile with a stolen credit card. Dr. Love. He called himself Dr. Love. Scamming people and stealing stuff. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? At that time, he was 18. The boy is never going to stop stealing. They give him 2 years and 4 months. When he comes out, he might go right back to it. He's going to start scamming again. He's going to start stealing again. Oh, yes. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop because right now, that's the only life he knows. That's the only life he knows is how to steal and trick people and rob people. So that's what he's going to be doing. Heavenly Father, hear my prayers. So seriously, oh yes. Oh yes, and I know that I've always heard there are lots of doctors, lots of people in Miami and elsewhere too, not just in Miami, not just in Florida, who are posing as doctors, and that is dangerous. Dangerous. People posing as doctors, people posing as nurses. Heavenly Father, hear my prayers. Lord, protect us through this night and keep us safe till morning light, because our lives are in danger. If so many people believe that they can just hijack healthcare and go in with fake credentials and start claiming to be caring for patients. For anyone he examined, he should have gotten charged for indecent touching, assault, as is not licensed to examine anyone. Exactly. Exactly. Him shouldn't be practicing as a doctor at 18 years old, and by the time I'm 25, he's still out on the street. He's still out on the street, scamming more people. Scamming more people. No, sir, this system is so flawed. This system is so doggone flawed. Yeah, him shouldn't come out of prison and him rob the people them money. Making house calls and going to people's house go rob them. This boy has an ego bigger than an elephant. Trust me. He has a very, very big ego. I guess he wants to be a doctor, but he don't want to have to go to school. And that is the problem why these people who are posing as nurses are going to find their behinds behind bars. Because they want to be nurses, but they don't want the trouble. They want the money, but they don't want the trouble to go to school. It's too much, it's too long. Them can't bother with the maths, them can't do the maths, them can't do this. Because you see, once you're out into the field, you hardly have to calculate math anymore. You hardly have to do medical math anymore once you are out there. Because pharmacy calculates it for you. But you must know. Because what if pharmacy make a mistake? What if pharmacy make a mistake? You don't have a clue. You don't know. Some facilities, you have to calculate the medicine yourself. There's usually an RN to calculate medications and stuff. at some facilities that don't have a pharmacy right there. You understand? So imagine you get one of those jobs and you have to calculate the medication. You have to do it. So if you cannot, if you go say you eat maths and you're not do it and you can't do it, nursing is not for you, because math and calculating medicine is a critical part of your nursing skill set. And if you don't have it, you need to back out and back up. Cutting the line, don't want to put in the work, but want all the glory. Exactly. Them a choppy line. Them a choppy line. Them a chop the line, may I tell you. Yeah. That's And if I even my mother me know say do this, me cannot support you. Me don't care what. I cannot support you. Would never support you no matter. Me will never support you if me find out say any of my family member them, anybody do that. Because you put people's lives at danger. You put people's lives in danger. When you do something like this, go do the training. If you have to do extra to do the math, go do the extra to do the math. Whatever you have to do, study. Do whatever you have to do. But to just go buy one license and pour me there, I think I only green card people pay them the breed of money there. Me never know. Don't forgive me, people. Don't forgive me. For me, I think say I must say only green card people. There are also cheat sheets, and depending on the electronic system you use, it will calculate. Yes, exactly. You have to have the knowledge. Yeah, because when you go into the hospital, the pump, if you put in how many milligrams of medicine, how many milligrams, it already has the kind of medicine you press, what kind of medicine, you put how many grams, and then it calculates it for you. It's not like you're a nurse and say, oh, calculate the drip factor. There is a pump that's calculating it for you. A pump that is dripping the medication at the appropriate rate. But you need to know. You need to know. Suppose electricity gone. Pump can't work. In a storm. Patient need medication. You have to be able to calculate it. How can you faking a lot of things, but a nurse like exactly? And just some people want the easy way out. And they want the easy way out. They do not want to have to do the hard work. Because to them, they work too hard. The course work too hard. They have to go to hospital, go to clinicals. Them can't be bothered. But you know, can't bother if you get fake license. Oh my God. Uno can't be bothered because it's easy for just pay the money, get the fake license, and keep it moving. Well, a lot of you are going to be moving into the jail. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this has happened to you, but make no bed and go lay down in it. That's all I can say. Make no bed, so have to go lay down in it. And I am just waiting to see the cascade of lawsuits that's going to that's going to Lord Jesus. They like say can bet say you find Yardy in there as I sit down right here so underneath this light. As I sit down underneath this light, I am telling you that there are going to be Jamaicans in there. There are going to be Asians. There are going to be Filipinos. There's going to be people from all over. There are going to be people from all. Come tell us, say them from 2016, long before 2016, this is going to Florida. Because midday year, so now 10 years. And before me leave Florida, I'm telling the girl I was working with, She was an LPN with the ego of an RN. Big mouth, and nobody couldn't tell her nothing, and she know everything. And yeah, you know, one of them people there. Nobody couldn't tell her nothing. She big and she tall and she, yeah. And she ready for call you down, and she ready for intimidate you, and she ready, yeah. Because she might be an LPN, but she been an LPN a long time, and no can't tell me nothing. Yes. And all of a sudden, she comes to work with an RN license. All of a sudden, we see them promote her to manager. I mean, I said, look how many RNs are here. How comes she get promoted to manager? And the position is for an RN. Oh, she get in and she helping them and say, oh yes, she got her license. She a RN now. She a RN now. You understand? Little bit, couple months pass. Couple months pass. I'm there home one afternoon before I go to work. I listen to Channel 10 News. When I listen to the news, who for picture me see come up? No, me co-worker. Let me see me co-worker picture come up. And the news says she was arrested for posing as a registered nurse. Yeah. So she ended up getting arrested, getting charged. I forget lawyer pay how much thousands of dollars to go to court. And eventually, them never give her no prison time still. She go to jail, but she ain't go to big prison. But them they strip her of the license, ban her from taking the RN again ever. So but because she had gone to a legitimate school to get the LPN, because she went to a legitimate school to do the LPN, and this was back in maybe like 2006, maybe 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. Yeah, but because she got the LPN license legitimately, she was able to keep the LPN license. She had to fight like a Dickens to keep the LPN license. And they said, okay, she could keep the LPN license because she got that legitimately. But she can no longer work as an RN. And she can no longer go sit the RN boards. Yeah, woman not sit no boards. Buy RN license. And come and try to show up everybody about she have RN license. Yeah. Yeah. Me tell you, Angie, yes, their own Waterloo. Yeah. Their own Waterloo. Me feel bad for them, but me can't help them. They have to work this out, because anybody who thought that it was a great idea, to enter in a scheme like this is crazy. And everybody who participated in a scheme like this is even more crazy. And I think it happened because people are not seeing nursing for the value that it is. They are not seeing nursing for its value. Because if you did, you would not consider cheating the system. You would not consider even for a second stepping into a hospital to care for patients, knowing that you do not have the proper training. You can't go take shortcut in the nursing, take shortcut for cut people life short. No thank you, no things, no book, no read, so. So I'm sorry for them. So guys, we are going to be on it. And please, anybody, when you don't get the news, them, when you don't hear the news, them, because enough time I don't get the news, them, because by the time I run back and forth and something, I don't hear nothing until it's too late. So sometimes I don't hear stuff until it is too late. Please don't make it pass me if you don't get the news. I'm gonna send them come to me. I can't go over TikTok to see everything. If I follow TikTok, me not only go to hell but lose my temper. Me can't bother with them. This man me post me good video, and as my video take off, so TikTok shut it down. I talk about what dangerous activity The boy I dive in our river. I run and dive in our river. Then every day people don't run and dive in a river. Every day people are diving in a river and TikTok say that's a dangerous activity. Like TikTok, go run away. Go run away with your foolishness. She's not trustworthy, period. From she did that, what would she not do? She should not be allowed to be near back to patient. I agree. I agree with you, Mystic. I agree. But the state said that she could continue working as an LPN, but she just couldn't be an RN. I wonder how many people live because I wonder too. That's what I've been wondering too. I wonder because a lot of family members are going to start digging up because if their family members passed away, they are going to start digging up their family members' medical records to see which nurse took care of their family members, what was done, and etc. etc. Yeah, a lot of people are going to take that into their hands and start doing that. So this is not going to be the end of it, guys. Vibes! Vibes, what's up? How are you doing, sugar? Good to see you. Good to see you, my love. Vibes, you're coming live almost, don't you know? Yeah. Because I wrote it live a little bit more, about 1.5 few minutes, and then me I go gone. Come I have 1 million of things to do. Yeah. Me I steered, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to steer the channel into doing mostly healthcare stuff, nursing stuff. That's my area of expertise. Me don't want to be, I want them call it fully for us. I saw the word go. I saw the word go, guys. Who tell me if I saw the word go? Which means that you're going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Yeah, me don't want to be, I don't want to be like that no more. So I want to do mostly my nursing stuff because I can make a nursing video in 2 seconds. I don't have to go dig up, I don't have to go research. It's all in my head. I can flip it out in a second and sit right here and start talking to you. I start telling you something about nursing. Other things I have to go research and look it up and make sure it's correct. And then nursing stuff is stuck in my head already. I do it every single day. So I believe that is the right place to be, right, Angie? That is the right place for me. All right. Yeah. So I've decided that is the direction that we're gonna be going. That doesn't mean that we're not gonna come here and cut up and cut out and talking all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, when I put out a video, my content is going to be with nursing, and even the lives we will be talking about lots of helpful ways to change our daily habits to include more healthful living, in what we eat and how we care for our hair, how we care for our skin, how we treat ourselves in all the, activities that we do, how to stay safe and how to care for the others around us, that kind of thing. So we are going to be talking mostly about caring for the body and healthful ways to remain healthy. All right. Yeah, we're gonna be talking. Anybody who wants to become a nurse, you can always come over and we are gonna talk about the heart. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the heart. We are gonna talk about the body. Yeah, we are gonna talk about the body. We are gonna talk about all kinds of things. I'm going to share with you. Yes, I'm going to share with you different aspects of nursing. We're gonna do some medical math. We're gonna do some medical knowledge. We're going to talk about what foods to eat, the benefits of the foods you eat. We're going to start IV. We're going to give medications. Me I go show no to give medication. I know say enough nurses there, so them don't have a clue. Them don't have a clue. If you are struggle, nobody go buy the license yet. Just if you are struggle, nobody go buy the license. Me never say I'm you are my dear. Me now go back down there. Leave me alone. Me not going back down there. God, you are so not easy. Yeah. And so we're gonna yeah, we're gonna be doing, all these things. We learn how to put NG tubes, we learn how to put Foley's, we will learn, I'm just gonna have to jimmy rig up stuff so that we can get the gist of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, get the gist of it and stuff. So that's where I'm heading with the channel. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna be doing some new stories. We'll try to do mostly, new stories that have to do with nursing and healthcare and that sort of thing, with useful information that we can all use in our daily lives. All right. So when you book up on them article there, I want to make sure I want to send them and I'm still going to be reading. Yeah, I'm not gonna forget my people them with the reading, because I know say love the reading, and God we still say anyway me them have the Bible here, so because me been going through this little fellow here, so yeah. So anybody, yeah, we're still going someday. Yeah, we're gonna continue to read the Bible because we must finish reading. I just say, yeah, news we can use. Exactly. News we can use. There you go. Mr. Cad, I'm right hand, Mr. Cad, say you're my right hand. You're my right hand. Answer the left hand here. I'm ready. Yes, sir. And you're definitely I'll go get your degree at the end of it. But you have to work for it, you can't pay me for it. You can't pay me for it, you have to go work for it. You people are so much fun. I enjoy being here with you all. I enjoy chatting with you all. Mystic, you are the bomb.com. Angie, Cad, Delia, who else was here? You say you're glad to say you're on the left hand? Yes. Vibes with the Thompson family. That's my sister right there. I may tell you, sir, I enjoyed this live, my friends. I sincerely appreciate this live. I appreciate each and every one of you who came into the live. Those of you who are new into the live, who had never been here before, I appreciate it. I know my friend Irene was here. All right. We are going there. We are going. So dromedary platform, I will get there. There you go, sis. We are going to be doing this. We are going to be doing this one video at a time. One video at a time. Yes, easy does it. One video at a time. And then we will come and we will talk about medical conditions, common conditions like diabetes and heart attacks and strokes and everything. We will talk. And when we come on live, we will have lives having to do with healthcare and what's going on in healthcare. All right. Sounds like we're going somewhere with that. All right. So share out the live, invite your friends and your friends' friends to come on over into the live, to come on over and watch the live after it is finished. I have a video that is it's up, but it's on private. I'm going to unprivatize it and you all can watch it. Tell me what you all think. Tell me if you think me to change up anything and stuff. Some always depend on y'all for your input, and I sincerely appreciate it. I'm never insulted, I'm never hurt. Y'all just gotta tell me, Cindy, my love, you have yourself a fabulous night. Fly Girl Georgia, bless up yourself. All right. And just a rheumatoid arthritis. Let me write that down. Rheumatoid arthritis. Yes. That's not gonna be the first topic. The first topic out already. But you all gonna have your second set. All those who did not click the like button, please do so now. You wouldn't be getting. They wouldn't be getting the license. I get the license. If they don't hit the like button, them not get the license, guys. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit the like button on your way out. If you didn't share the live on your way in, share the live on your way out. Yes, call your friends. Let them come watch it while we go to do something else. So I appreciate it, guys. You all go ahead and have yourselves a fantastic afternoon. My sister Delia, bless up your nice, clean self. Have yourself a fantastic evening. My cousin Angie, yeah. We will talk later. Rambo, my cousin Rambo, yes, we will be talking. Mama's on print. We will be talking, and let me see who else was there. I remember somebody. Mama's on print was there. You did hit like button. All right. All right. I will. Marlon was here and Jordan came up earlier as well. Negrita was here. Oral was here. Lyndon, my dear Lyndon was here as well. And also Sabrina, my lovely Sabrina was here as well, guys. So don't forget the rules, guys. If there is anybody who came into the live that you are not yet connected with, go ahead and connect with them. All right, go ahead and connect with them. My friend Irene from Irene TV was here as well. Go and connect with my friend Irene from Irene TV. AG Born Jamaica was here. Go connect with AG Born Jamaica. And don't forget, AG Born Jamaica has a hot sauce that he's selling. If you like hot sauce, contact AG Born Jamaica and get your sauce. And the lovely Ken C. Yes, Ken C was here as well. Ken C, tomorrow morning we'll be making ackee and saltfish and fried dumpling tomorrow morning at around, I'll do it early, so about 7 o'clock my time. All right, so that is the deal. Mama's handprint, and I think somebody else was here that I wanted to acknowledge. I know Fly Girl Georgie, yeah, somebody else was here, I don't remember. Growing my own. All right, also Growing My Own was here as well. All right, my guys, so you all go ahead and have yourselves a fantastic afternoon. Go Oral Silly, you bless up yourself. I am Oral, my love. Have yourselves a great afternoon, everybody. We will meet again sometime tomorrow. So until next time, my friends, this is your favorite nurse, Trev, over here on Trevessence, where your journey matters. See you all later, guys. Bye, Mystic. Bye, Oral. Bye, Cad. See you all later.